as I was praying, I remember I didn't make it to the end of the prayer.
3 years ago on July 4th, Mark Raymond was boating with friends. He dove into a shallow part of Lake Pontchartrain and shattered vertebrae in his neck, face down in the water.
My first thought was, oh my God, I can't believe I just did this to my mother. And second thought was, God, please let one of my friends realize that I'm here and I need help.
Throw it. We gotta work on throwing out.
Friends saved him, but damage was devastating. After physical and occupational therapy, this active tennis player knew he could not do challenging exercise. That's when he found a special gym in California.
This place changed my life. The first day I rolled in, everybody in the room spoke to me. I look around and nobody's in wheelchairs, everybody's walking or working out, you know, laughing, talking. It was just this really uplifting environment. Okay.
His home gym with special equipment helps him do things he never thought possible. Dr. Andrea Toomer says exercise is key for physically disabled people for strength, independence, function, and emotional well-being.
I've seen it across the board with all of my patients. The ones who get out there, exercise, go to gyms, it's helping them socially because they're out with other people. It's helping their demeanor and their psyche.
Now through Split Second Foundation that he started, Mark wants to open a special gym to help thousands like him.
I've already got somebody lined up with some equipment for us. We've already started talking about partnerships with local hospital foundations.
And he's hoping the New Orleans community will rally behind his dream. Meg Farris, Eyewitness News, Medical Watch.
What an inspiration. The Split Second Foundation is having a fundraiser that's going to be June 28th. Mark your calendars. For more information, go to our website, wwltv.com.